Today is Easter Friday here in Sydney, Australia, and Google DeepMind is resurrecting open source AI with the release of Gemma 4, a model family that punches so far above its weight class it makes models 20 times its size look slow and expensive. This comes at a time when various Chinese labs have gone closed source in terms of their API based models, but Google has thrown it out of park and I give huge kudos to them. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. We have covered each and every model in the last 3 plus years from Google, especially the Gemma family, and I'm a huge fan. So let's get this new model installed locally, the 31 billion instruction tuned one, and we will be talking more about its architecture, its features, and its various sizes, which are four. And I will also be talking in as simple words as possible about its benchmarking too. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system and I have this GPU card which is NVIDIA H100 with 80 GB of VRAM. If you are looking to rent a GPU or VM or CPU like me on very affordable price, you can find the link to Mass Compute in video's description. I'm going to start with creating the virtual environment with Conda. And now let's install all the prerequisites, which are the usual suspects of transformers and torch and stuff. And while they get installed, let's now talk more around this model as what Google has done here. So it comes in four sizes: E2B, E4B, 26 billion mixture of expert, and 31 billion dense. The architecture is interesting. The smaller E2B and E4B models use something called as per layer embeddings. We will also cover it in separate videos each shortly. But let's talk slightly about this amazing innovation about per layer embedding, which is why their effective parameter count is much lower than their total. The embedding tables are large but only used for fast lookup, so they learn lean. The 26 billion is a mixture of expert model that only activates 3.8 billion parameters during inference. This one, the 31 billion, which we are going to install in this video, is a straight dense model. By the way, secretly, I'm a huge fan of dense models. They are really awesome. Anyway, because it offers maximum quality, great for fine tuning, but we are going to do the instruction tuned one. And all of these models use a hybrid attention mechanism that alternates between local sliding window attention and also full global attention, keeping memory efficient while handling long context up to 128K tokens on small models and 256K on larger ones, which is quite decent. I would say can be increased, but I think that's a sweet spot Google finds with Gemma models I have seen. If you look at the capabilities and if you look at these benchmarks, they are generally strong. Every model is multimodal, handling text and images natively. The E2B, E4B, I'll discuss it when it comes to those videos. There is a built-in thinking mode too, by the way. Native function calling for agentic workflows. Also, they're multilingual and support 140 plus languages. We will also test it out shortly. The whole family ships under Apache 2, which is simply beautiful. And you can just use it without any restriction. Benchmarks. Look at this table. The 31 billion sits at number 3 on the Arena AI Open Model Leaderboard. On AMI 2026 Math, it has scored 89.2%. Live Code Bench hits 80%. That, other models have done quite well too. So quite remarkable for a model which is just 31 billion in size. Anyway, I think enough talk, but I wanted to show you all of this. Let's go back and check our terminal, what is happening there. And everything is installed. Let's now log into Hugging Face. So I'm just going to use this hfauth login. And you would need to grab your read token from your Hugging Face profile, a free token which you need to put in order to get logged in. I'm logged in and we can now download the model. And in order to download the model, simply just go with hf, and I believe the command is this, which is downloading this model locally in this local directory. So the size on disk, as you can see, it is over 62 gigs, so make sure you have that much space. And the model is downloaded. Let's test it out. So this is the test which I'm going to do first up, a coding one, which is quite detailed and rich and nuanced. I'm asking it to build me a self-contained single HTML file that simulates a living ant colony. The simulation must include the following: colony mechanics, where a queen ant that continuously lays egg, and then lot of other stuff, some trail system, food store counter, environment should be like this, the visuals should be this, intelligence, and all that stuff. Then I'm loading the model, I'm encoding the input, sending it to the model. Model is generating the output on the basis of these hyperparameters. Model is returning the response, and then we are decoding it and printing it back. So I'm also going to increase this max new tokens because I don't want it to. I'll just make it maybe something like this so that it should be able to produce the whole code. Let's run this from our terminal. Even I have just changed it to 16384. I think that should be good enough. So let's now go back to our terminal, and now let me run this. The model is loaded onto our GPU. Let's check the VRAM consumption. I'm just going to make this bigger here and run this command. Okay, so it is still loading. Let's wait for it to fully load it onto the GPU. And there you go. This is your VRAM consumption, give or take, while the forward pass happens. So make sure that you have 80 GB of VRAM because it is going to also include the KV cache and other stuff. And there you go. The model has come back with this response of the code. I already have put it in this HTML file. Let me now open it in front of you in the browser so that we will review it together. I'm just going to drag and drop this file, and this is what it looks like. Now, if you have seen my previous Quen 3.6 video from yesterday, um, the difference is huge. But look, the model has done an okay job, I would say, or maybe even more than okay. The pheromone system with evaporation and dual trail types is solid. You can see the trails too. And if you don't know what pheromone system is, ants leave invisible scent trails on a grid that fade over time, which is happening here. And other ants follow the stronger trails to find food or return home. You see, day and night is also happening. That is really, really impressive. And also you can see that the dual trail types is solid, by the way. Day night cycle affecting ant activity is a nice touch. You see, now at the night the motion has slowed down. This is very brilliant. Colony health, food economy, and ant death cascade, it is also work coherently. You see that this is a population, food stores on the top left. Now steering behavior is not that good because the output which I see here in this terminal, it says that there is a steering system. This is where complex steering behavior, that thing I don't see much happening there. And also you see the ellipses are could be better because Quen did a better job in terms of, I guess, the visuals. But other than that, I think the mechanics is quite solid because nest is just a plain circle here. I also don't see any underground chambers as I asked, but uh, I think overall it has done a solid job. I'm not I'm not disappointed. I'm actually quite satisfied. The only thing is that for 31 billion, maybe it could be better. There you go. The colony has collapsed. I have let it run to the max. Okay, so that is all good. Let's try out few more tests. Okay, next up, I'm going to do a multilingual test. For multilingual, I'm going to go with more than 50 languages, and you would need to help me in checking your language and its translation and let me know in the comments. I have just added one more language today on the request of a commenter. The language is Gutnish. This is, I believe, a North Germanic language mainly spoken in parts of Sweden. So let's see what it does with it. Should be fun to check out. And then there are various languages from across the world in every continent. If your language is not there, let me know in the comments and I will include it. Let's run this. Please look at the screen, check the translation, and then we'll go from there. So the sentence is let peace prevail everywhere for everyone. So it is loading the model and then it is going to do the translation. And so please keep an eye, it is going to stream the translation. So you can see that Chinese is happening and Hindi is there, Spanish. I will let it run and please check out and let me know what do you think about it. As far as I can see on the basis of past experiences, so far it has done a good job. I don't see much mistakes. Maybe some of them are a bit literal, but that is fine. Or formal, I would say. The African language, Swahili is there. This is Marathi is Maharashtra in India. That's a regional language. Telugu is again Indian language. Same as Tamil. And then Turkish, Vietnamese, Filipino, Tagalog, and Sundanese. This is the Indonesian language. And I believe that is spoken on the island of Java. Thai, Ukrainian, and Polish, Italian, and the fonts are also there, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure what is meant by this Burmese import. I have no idea. And I can spot some of the mistakes in few of the languages which I know a little bit, but I will let you be the judge there. I know it is taking a bit of a time, but I think it should be fun to just to watch all of these beautiful languages. Almost there, I guess. And we get to know so much about the world and how much diversity and you know similarities are there. This is so good. So Danish, Swedish, and all that. I'm very interested in that Gutnish. I'm not sure if it is closer to that Swedish language or not. And Yoruba is there too, which is a beautiful African language. This Pashto is a language of, I guess, in a regional language of Pakistan, Afghanistan. Sindhi, Hawaiian, Latin, Esperanto. There you go. But Gutnish is here. So Gutnish looks a bit like Swedish and other Scandinavian languages. And then I also asked it to do this Elder Futhark runes. If any one of you is a rune expert or runic expert, let us know. And then these are the fictional languages I asked it to do. It's a 31 billion model. I want to make it work. And then I asked it to do five different cultural nuances and grounded, answers from five continents. So it is doing in Japanese, Arabic, looks pretty good to me. Spanish, like Paz is a direct translation, tranquility, and then it is talking about Hindi's Shanti. Swahili, okay. Amani is a word for peace in East African context. Beautiful. There you go. So look, I think a world class response, but I will also take your advice. Okay, let's check out few more. Next up, I'm going to do a multi modality test with an image. So I will be providing it this image of a form and I'm asking it to convert it into a clean valid JSON. So not only we are testing the OCR, but also we are testing if it is able to convert it into a structured format. So let's go back and then let's run this. And there you go. It has extracted all the form fields. If you check out here, the type is here, the default text, max length, entry, bookmark, calculate on exit, everything is here. Looks pretty good to me. Next up, I'm going to give it this handwritten physics equation, which is quite messy as you can see. And I'm asking it to transcribe every equation exactly as written. For each equation, identify what physical laws and it represent, explain, and if any equation can be solved or simplified, do so step by step. Be thorough and precise. Format your response clearly with separate number section or something like that. So it is pretty detailed. It is making this model to work. Let's run it and we will check out. And the model has come back with the response. Took its sweet time, by the way, but if you look at this response, I think it's pretty good. That's the physics equation image which I showed you earlier. Not so 30 equations correctly identified, as you can see, transcribed in LaTeX notation, named, and every variable is also explained. I think if I just go down here, you see all the equations are there. And one bit which caught my eye, which I want to show you, is around equation 14. So it has even caught it that it is not good. And these are all the equations. How good is that? Each and every equation is there. And it has got each and every one of them right. It's very intelligent model, no doubt about that. Very impressive. Okay, let's do something. Final test. I'm going to do a video test. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide it a video, which is an AI generated by me, and I'm going to ask it to explain it. Let's run this. So we should cheer for this model. So this is the video which I'm going to provide to that model. And I'm asking the model that I'm giving you frames from a short video clip, analyze them carefully, describe what is happening, describe the movement, formation, sport, and all that stuff. Be detailed and vivid in your description. Let's run this. I'm going to just run this and we will check out. Okay, I would need to install this CV2, which is very simple. Let me do it quickly. I think I already installed it, but I will, okay, no, I didn't. Okay, now it looks better. And now let's run that again. It is analyzing the video after extracting the frames. And there you go. It has done the detailed analysis. The video shows two blonde cheerleaders performing a synchronized dance routine on a professional football field. They are moving with high energy, maintaining bright smiles and constant engagement with an audience off camera. How good is that? And then it is talking about all the movements and pom poms, body language. It is upright and athletic with fluid transitions between sharp, punctuated movements of the choreography. Very, very nice. And then, yes, Blinter is written good. Setting an environment, and it has detected it's a American football stadium during daytime, so it can detect the time of the day, background, and some interesting notable observation. The level of precision is impressive. They're they're identical throughout the sequence. That's correct. Uniform detail. Yep, it is designed for high visibility and it exhibits significant core strength and muscle tone. That's impressive. So look, I could go on and on, but as I said, I'm going to cover the other variants and flavors in this family. Lot to cover. So stay tuned. I will be spending Easter on this one. Thank you for all the support. Again, please become a member of the channel. That really helps me a lot. And please follow me on X if you're looking for AI updates. Thank you for all the support.